Hi everybody, it's Tatiana, and I said I wasn't going to do any more book hauls in 2018, and then I decided to do Vlogmas, and I needed more videos. So here's a book haul of the things that I have purchased since my last book haul, which I want to say was in June. So this really isn't bad considering. So the first two books that I'm going to show you are actually two books that are going to change a book unhaul video that I haven't uploaded yet. But yeah, in the unhaul I said I was going to unhaul these books in this series because I have a bind up and because none of the editions I had didn't match, but then I found two more in these editions. So yeah, these are the two. The first is The Last Battle by C.S. Lewis. This is book 7 in the Chronicles of Narnia series, and yeah, I found this at a library book sale. This was actually the only book that I purchased at that library book sale because the selection was pitiful, but I was so happy that I found this. And then Monica from Monica Reads went to a thrift store and found The Magician's Nephew with two other books, but the two other books that I have are already, that she found, I already own. So this was the only one I needed, and so she bought it and she sent it to me, and this is like, she's gold in my book. She is gold in my book. I'm very, very easy and cheap. Please, that didn't sound right, but she's gold in my book. So when you see that unhaul, and I'll put it in the description box too, because I'm going to upload that later, but the Scholastic editions of the Chronicles of Narnia series I'm now keeping, because now I only need two more books: The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe, and The Horse and His Boy. So yay! I also picked up An Extraordinary Union and A Hope Divided, both by Alyssa Cole. I read the two of these as library books and loved them so much. I knew I wanted to read more in the series, and I was going to buy the next books in the series, so I went ahead and bought these also so that I can reread them because these were excellent. I also picked up Red Sister by Mark Lawrence, and I cannot remember, it might be Sam from Sam's Nonsense who read this, and because I was going to go with his other series, but then she read this and she said she liked this more than the other series, and then someone else read this and talked about it, and in their describing it they said it was like Nun Assassins. Hello! So I picked it up. Yeah. Yes. I haven't even read the back of this. And it says, "At the convent of Sweet Mercy, young girls are raised to be killers." That's the first sentence on the back of the book. I hadn't even read the back. So, Nun Assassins, and for someone who had already read Mark Lawrence's other series, she liked this book better. So, yeah, I picked this up. I also got Baron by Peter V. Brett. This is a novella in the Demon Cycle series, and I'm going to read this after I read the core. Sam from Sam's Nonsense also recently uploaded a review of this novella, and she didn't like it. So I'm not going to, or I may watch a review because it really doesn't matter. I love this series. I don't care if I don't like this because it was released in the series. And there's actually another novella, The Messenger's Legacy, I think, but it's not available, or I couldn't find it in print. It's only available in Kindle, and I don't like swapping reading platforms. So since I have the series in print, I would like to have it in print versus having only that one novella from the series on my Kindle. So this was originally only an ebook and it was released in print, so hopefully that will happen with The Messenger's Legacy as well. Next is the last book that I got from the Book of the Month 3-month trial that I won during Dewey's, or 24 and 48. I think it was Dewey's. And that is The Silence of the Girls by Pat Barker. I'm pretty sure those of you, if you've watched other people who get Book of the Month and like are affiliates with Book of the Month or whatever, you all have heard about this. So I'm not going to read the description, but this of those books really appealed to me. Plus the cover is gorgeous. I also picked up Draco by Dr. Stoker and J.D. Barker. This is a prequel to Dracula. This is also why I wanted to reread Dracula. I haven't finished my reread of Dracula yet. So hopefully I will be able to read Draco come October of 2019, because I still have not picked Dracula back up. I haven't picked anything back up that I started reading in October, and I haven't finished them either. So then I have 4 graphic novels. I have Saga Volume 9, Monstrous. Oh, and Saga is by Brian K. Vaughan and Fiona Staples. Fiona Staples is the artist and Brian K. Vaughan is the author. And then Monstrous by Marjorie Liu. This is Volume 3. I haven't even read Volume 2 yet. Did I read Volume? Hold on. If Volume 2 is over there, then I read it and I just don't remember. That's not good. That means I need to reread at least the last 2 issues in Volume 2. I also have Giant Days Volume 8, and this has a list of people who are, like, the list gets longer and longer with each volume. I'm not going through all the people who are on it. And I have Descender Volume 2. I haven't read Volume 1 yet. I hauled that in my last haul. I am really behind still on graphic novels, and that's in spite of going through about 5 during 24 and 48. Yeah, really behind. I also picked up the UK edition of Washington Black by Izzy Edugian. I should have looked that up. I'm pretty sure I butchered the hell out of that name. But yeah, this has been going around a lot, and everybody's been talking about how the people that I follow who have read it have talked about how much they enjoy it. Michael from Michael Reads has just started reading it. And so, yeah, okay, here we go. When 2 English brothers take the helm of a Barbados sugar plantation, Washington Black, an 11-year-old field slave, finds himself selected as personal servant to one of these men. To his surprise, the eccentric Christopher Titch Wilde is a naturalist, explorer, inventor, and abolitionist, and he wants Washington to help him create the perfect aerial machine. But Titch's plans are soon shattered, and Washington is plunged into mortal danger. They escape the island and embark on a strange, life-altering journey, and then Titch disappears. Washington must make his way alone, following the promise of freedom further than he ever dreamed possible. And so this is set in Barbados, and I am really hoping to enjoy this more than I enjoyed The Polished Hoe. I really want to just really like this. I plan to really like this. Here's hoping that I really like this. And the UK edition is absolutely gorgeous. I got this from Book Depository. I'm not an affiliate or anything, so I'm not going to put a link in the description box. Also, from Book Depository, I picked up Becoming by Michelle Obama. Can you guess why I got this from Book Depository? Look at what's missing. Look at what's missing. No Oprah sticker. I have no problem with these books being selected for book clubs. Oprah's book club, Barnes & Noble's book club, Reese Witherspoon's book club. I don't have a problem with you selecting them for them, but I hate the stamps, and I hate that you don't have a choice once it's selected of whether or not the book you get is going to have that stamp on it, because it's like they stop production on the books and do all of the covers with the stamp on it, and I hate it. I respect the acclaim and following that those selections or those books being selected for those book clubs comes with, as well as like the award stickers. Why do the award stickers take up like 30% of the book cover? I don't get it. But yeah, I hate them. And so Dee Dee from Brown Girl Reading let me know that I could pick it up from Book Depository without the Oprah sticker, and so I did. I have one more book that I am still waiting on from Book Depository. It was mailed out after those 2 books were mailed out, and that is the Count of Monte Cristo in print, and it's the Robin Buss Penguin Classic edition, the one that Robin Buss translated, because that is closest to Dumas's original version. some of the other translations are not really close to that and not as good. So that's the only book that I am waiting on at this moment. I also picked up She Would Be King by Wayetu Moore. I have not read this yet. I wanted to read this when I got it, which was a couple months ago. I think I got this in October. And I just haven't, the way my reading has been going, it just hasn't happened. So if you are under a rock and haven't heard about this, in the West African village of Lay, red-haired Jabesa is cursed at birth and exiled on suspicion of being a witch. Bitten by a viper and left for dead, she nevertheless survives. On a plantation in Virginia, June Day hides his unusual strength until a confrontation with the overseer forces him to flee. And in the Blue Mountains of Jamaica, Norman Aragon, the child of a white British colonizer and a maroon slave, can fade from sight at will, just as his mother could. Jabesa, misunderstood by her own people, finds a new life with a group of African-American settlers in the colony of Monrovia. When she meets June Day and Norman Aragon, it isn't long before they realize that they are all cursed, or perhaps uniquely gifted. Together, they protect the weak and vulnerable, but only Jabesa can salvage the tense relationship between the settlers and the indigenous tribes. The all-seeing spirit of the wind weaves together their extraordinary stories. If she was not a woman, the wind says of Jabesa, she would be king. And this is also a debut novel. That's why I wanted to pick it up, because I was looking for more debut novels by African American or African authors. So, yay. And then lastly, I have Muse of Nightmares by Laini Taylor. This is book 2 in The Strange the Dreamer, which I am now hearing is going to be a duology. So I am really excited to get to this to see how this story ends. The lighting that sucks in this room is probably all jacked up over this cover. But yeah, that is the last book in this haul, because unfortunately, I don't have the Count of Monte Cristo yet. So, but yeah, that's everything that I have purchased, and I am not planning to purchase any more books until Boxing Day. I already have some books in my cart on Book Outlet, so yeah, if I can maintain my self-control, I won't be buying any more books anytime soon. And I am going to do another video that is going to share with you all of the books that I have bought on my Kindle in 2019, because I keep acting like the only books I'm buying are books that are in print, and that's such a lie. So I'm going to share those with you all in another video. Thank you all for watching, and I hope you have a good weekend whenever you see this video. I will see you tomorrow.